something special about a playoff opener. The crowd revved up. Big Ben has just told Ben Wallace being introduced to this standing room sellout crowd. Sal Masekela is with us, and Sal, I saw you speaking with Tracy McGrady.
Yeah, I got some time to spend with Tracy McGrady in the locker room, and let me tell you something. The leading scorer in this league was cool, calm, and collected. He was very gathered. He was laughing a lot. I asked him, I said, how are you feeling, man? He said, mentally, I'm great. Physically, I'm great. And he really, really knows that they're going to try and come at him with these double teams right off the back. And he said, I hope they bring the double team because they're going to see that I have confidence in Garrity, Girasek, and Gordon, and they're going to see what these guys can do. Back to you, Brett.
All right, Sal. I got to say, Sean, Sal's got the best locks this side of, well, Ricky Williams down there in Miami.
Yeah, I'd like to see him standing next to Ben Wallace. I wonder whose do is more impressive.
Here's our Bud Light starting lineups, and Ben Wallace will be there. As you can see, Girasek. DeClerc will start instead of Hunter for Orlando. A little more experience on the floor against the veteran Cliff Robinson up front. Into the backcourt, of course, Rip Hamilton fighting some butterflies. This for Hamilton, his first playoff appearance. He never made the playoffs as a member of the Washington Wizards. Chauncey Billups has been an outstanding story as far as the Pistons are concerned, as he has taken over that point guard spot. Rick Carlisle in his second season as the Pistons coach and has guided this team to the best record in the East. He won a tough 5-gamer against Toronto, matched against Doc Rivers, one of the nicest coaches in the NBA. Just a wonderful person to be around. And here's his leader, Tracy McGrady, coming out to go to war. You know the stat. You've heard it on Sports Center all weekend. It bears repeating. In NBA history, the team that has won Game 1 of a best-of-7 playoff series has gone on to win that series 80% of the time. I'm sure your friends down in San Antonio wanted to turn down the volume when I just said that.
You're stabbing me, Brent.
I know. Man, what a finish that was.
Yeah, that was just absolutely bizarre.
Here we go. The Pistons control the tap, and this is Billups. The Pistons won 2 of the 3, but they got beat up pretty badly on Christmas Day. McGrady hit him for 46. Cliff Robinson.
A good sign for Cliff Robinson.
We are seeing early the Pistons' tempo and style of play. Down and dirty, a lot of banging, and a low-scoring game. And Girasek nails one for Orlando to tie it at 2.
He's a big-time
crossover, right baseline, double-teamed, loose. Here comes Gooden out for the Magic. In a foot race, Robinson switches. Gooden tries to come in on him, and Robinson forced to foul him. How tough is it defensively as Gooden puts the Magic ahead for the first time? These two teams right now are a combined 2 of 11 from the floor. McGrady, the scoring leader, is 0 for 2 with the turnover. And Gooden. That's the strength of this Pistons team is their defense. They held opponents to fewer than 90 points a game. Toughest in the NBA.
He's a solid all-around player.
Armstrong off the bench nails the 3.
Another energy guy, high-energy guy. Daryl Armstrong, one of my favorite players. That's unusual. You say that during an Orlando Magic game. Giving up a ton of points this year.
Curry on a cut to the rack. And one.
Oh, they're going to have to discuss this. Good call to block.
Or actually even into the hundreds, and I was wondering, Sean, what you thought about that relative to what we've seen so far.
Right now, both these teams are still trying to feel each other out.
And McGrady with the 2.
And you know what happens, Brent, so often in playoff games, when games are just tight.
And can't tap it back in. As of right now, this game has no chance of reaching 100.
Well, if they settle down, you are going to see some high scoring.
Curry hounding McGrady, sees his baseline. Beautiful wraparound, powerful move by the NBA scoring leader. No stopping athletic ability like that.
Hey, Brent, you cannot find an athlete in any professional sport besides basketball that can pull that move off. I don't care what you bring to the table. This guy is a supreme talent. he got up in the air on that move. I thought he was going to pass it off to somebody along the baseline or out in the wing. That's spectacular.
Worth one more look here, Sean. Just watch.
How can you stop this? Takes off on the left side of the lane, lands on the right side, around Cliff Robinson, and puts a lot of English. Minnesota fans would be proud of that shot.
The beauty. It's worth one more look. And there are some very interested youngsters watching this play, especially one young man by the name of LeBron James, wearing a Chicago Bull jersey. The young man better get ready here. And Sean, I imagine he's getting his eyes full here when he comes to watch playoff action. It's not high school anymore.
No, it's not. And you give him one. I had a couple double-doubles as soon as he hit the Orlando Magic team.
Detroit now is 3 of 14 from the hits from the perimeter to tie it now at 11. Inside it goes McGrady, and T-Mac with another field goal.
Pat Garrity, because he's going to knock him down from three-point range. If you're the Magic, you want him out there on the floor just so it creates more room for Tracy McGrady.
Flash turnaround, and now it's 8 straight. Brady free. So it'll be Armstrong putting it into T-Mac's hands. Curry knocks this one away. Hamilton now in a breakout. That could get him going. Bounce pass at the other end to Armstrong. Here's Gooden powering in, and the rookie.
To man up. That's the one thing that we've worked on all week, is making sure that we man up really, really hard on these guys and show them that we're not intimidated by this team. He said this is a team that is solely predicated on defense right now.
McGrady on fire right now. They cannot put him out. After starting the game 0 for 2, he has now hit his last 5 from the field.
That's going to be a tough matchup for Corliss Williamson. Corliss outweighs.
Second personal foul. Sean Kemp gets up. Carlisle will attempt to get some better firepower. David puts it into Armstrong's hand. Gooden very athletic, very active. Armstrong misses the 3. Wallace can't get the rebound because Gooden gets over there. And now it is Whitney. Spot up 3.
I was with Whitney in San Antonio, and he used to give Avery Johnson fits in practice. Those guys used to have some battles. And Chris Whitney can put the ball on the floor, and he's an excellent shooter. And if he gets it going, he's a guy who can really fill it up.
Magic 22 and the Pistons 19.
And you can also see on that possession how the Orlando Magic are going to crash the glass.
Boy, they want Williamson to go. Hamilton gave it right back to him, and the defense was ready. This is a very positive start for Orlando. A lot of good things are developing here in the early going.
It looks like they have 6 or 7 blue jerseys on the floor as much as these guys are scrambling.
Kemp from the left side. He kicks one down, and now it is 24-19. The lead is 5. That's their biggest lead of the game.
And you have Kemp stepping outside, hitting jumpers. You have Gooden alive on the glass. You have Hunter in the game now. He's a shot blocker.
And Phillips continuing to miss at the buzzer here as the first. Kemp steps out high between the circles. Spin move inside and then dishes. Hunter, seeing his first action, comes up with the field goal. Another of the players who updates, tell you what's going on, give you the schedule for the rest of the week. Opening series, 7 games. There's Williamson blocked from behind, and Oker is right there.
See, even when Williamson has a mismatch in the block.
Here's Kemp. Armstrong seeing a lot of playing time. Doc likes what he's seeing, and the 2 is good now for. Corliss Williamson on the smooth turnaround.
A little more pressure when you're playing at home.
Oh, McGrady just blew past Robinson and then slashed to the rack. Are you kidding me? LeBron says, wait a minute. How many guys are like this? What have I got myself into? Do I want any part of this? Hey, LeBron, get ready, baby. It's coming soon to a gym near you, buddy. Wow. We welcome you back to Auburn Hills. Orlando has quieted this crowd somewhat, and Sean, this is worth one more look.
I don't know if there are words to describe this. I mean, I've seen it 100 times.
Sal, what did LeBron think of that?
You know what? Tracy McGrady just gave LeBron the nod. Like, did you see that? What did you think of that dunk, man, on the court?
Man, that dunk was ridiculous. You know, his athletic ability is beyond wonders. And, you know, right now he's showing a lot. You know, the first game of the playoffs. And if he keep going, you know, I hope they get a victory out of this.
What are you learning here? You're scouting. I mean, you're being here in the playoffs. You're scouting for hopefully a day that'll be in your future. What are you learning here, seeing this today, watching these guys go down?
Well, you know, I go to a lot of regular season games, you know, being in Akron, and it's only 30 minutes away from the Cavs. But, you know, just the atmosphere is completely different from the regular season. And you can just see it being in the crowd.
You feel like you learn a lot from guys like T-Mac, Kobe, who have come out and kind of paved the way for where you're going?
Oh, yeah, because I'm out here learning also. I'm not just here watching the game, you know, and it's great to see young players like this trying to take over the league, you know, coming straight out of high school.
Is it intimidating at all? Are you intimidated?
No, because I think everybody out here is just out here playing the game that they love. And, you know, if you can play basketball, you can play basketball. It shouldn't be intimidated. You've been playing all your life.
Exactly. Now I got to ask you this: if you had a choice tomorrow for who would get that ball, or maybe where you would go, can you tell me that?
You know, it really doesn't matter to me. You know, my long-term goal is to be in the NBA, and you know, whatever team that decides to give me, you know, I'll be thankful. You know, my God-given talent.
All right. So no hometown favorites to Cleveland. See, this dude's an expert already. He already knows how to answer the questions like a true NBA player. Is there anything that you would like to say to the family or anyone at home today, man?
I would like to say Happy Easter to my mom and Happy Easter to the armed forces across overseas also.
All right, man. LeBron, pleasure, man. Thank you for taking the time. Enjoy yourself out here today, man.
There's a tremendous upside. The guy just knows how to play the game.
Speaking of playing the game, Gooden's having a great game today as the shot clock goes off. And it's tracked down now by Hamilton. So the Pistons trying to put on a flurry here. Knocked away. Hamilton's got it back. The pull-up short into the Clerk's hands. And it'll be T-Mac with Robinson hitting good and flashing the other side. Ran the floor beautifully to help McGrady out. There's the athletic ability of the rookie from Kansas. And I'm sure that the crowd in there will be an energizing force against the Lakers, but you've got to deal with Shaq and Kobe. You better get ready. I hear you. Hamilton. So now Detroit here closing back, whittling away at the lead with the 2-minute mark.
And that's the type of defense you've seen all year from the Orlando Magic. Easy penetration, nice dish off, easy bucket.
And Gooden finishing powerfully at the other end.
They're going to call a delay a game, but he put that down with some force. Dunking in the vicinity of Ben Wallace. He's not intimidated at all.
Robinson at the perimeter. Robinson shows good and fresh respect that time. Bond flashes on the inside to Kemp.
Putting the ball on the floor, step back jumpers.
Good. Put back. Gooden's 12th rebound of the game and a putback. He has been the X factor, and no one enjoys it more than T-Mac, knowing he can use a little help here in the playoffs.
And you see that type of energy, he beats everybody to his own offensive rebound.
And Rip Hamilton hits the 3-ball for the Pistons. Possible before they attack. It'll be Jacques Vaughn on Hamilton. Jacques, the pull-up J, yes. Now that's a shot he did not have when he came into the NBA. He has worked hard on his jump shot. Robinson at the buzzer. So Orlando will take a 9-point lead into the locker room here at the intermission. Tracy McGrady, after missing his first 2, hit 7 of his last 11. A couple of acrobatic shots. 49-40 at the intermission. The Magic leading the favorite and the top-seeded team in the East, the Detroit Pistons, here by 9 points. Sean, as we get ready for the second half and the scoring matchup here, McGrady missing his first 2, but Chauncey Billups struggling as much as Gary Payton did yesterday for Milwaukee.
Yeah, you know, the Pistons just look a little tight right now. All the pressure is on them. They're the #1 seed. They're at home. They're supposed to win this playoff series, but you have to match that intensity.
Now, 6 players came off Doc Rivers' bench. 8 field goals and only 3 off the Pistons bench. They used only 4 reserves. So Doc getting that little bit of a burst. And Tracy McGrady played only 15 minutes, and he starts the second half with the field goal. And now the basketball team is your point guard. And when they go bad, it is uphill all the way as Robinson goes and hits a 3-ball from the left corner. One shot in the first half, making that. Ben Wallace has missed all 3 of his shots. Chauncey Billups is 0 for 8, searching for his first field goal. Hamilton picks it up, and he'll fire the 3-ball on the money.
Using that lefty little soft jump hook, running hook.
Inside. To Clark. And he has been a valuable role player for them.
Intensity that the Orlando Magic are showing. And Tracy McGrady going and beating everybody to his offensive rebound.
Robinson again. Patient. Trying to cut this lead even further. Phillips on the attack. And one. A huge basket for Chauncey Billups. His first of the playoffs for Detroit. And an opportunity to make this a 1-point basketball.
That ball off the glass and gets it to drop.
The Pistons right back in it. McGrady. Time now for the Stars. Can't find daylight, so it's Jacques Vaughn on the money.
That's a beautiful pass. Chauncey Billups was caught watching Tracy McGrady. And McGrady threw a nice soft pass right over the top of his head to waiting Jacques Vaughn, who's set to shoot that shot.
Wallace on a high rub. McGrady fouled by Robinson, had a breakout, and Robinson took the foul. On the corner, but they can't get it to him, so they go in low now to Gooden. Jacques Vaughn, shot Hunter for a running slam. Beautiful pass by Jacques.
And just when it looked like they were teetering on the brink of a disaster, like they were rushing here, they had plenty of time on the shot clock. Jacques Vaughn comes through with a brilliant pass to Stephen Hunter, who puts it down with authority. I mean, that's a rookie there finishing like he's been in the playoffs before.
Gooden. 6 on the shot. Phillips back. Robinson's got to go. Got it. 3-ball. Curry battling away at McGrady. Here's Gooden, the rookie, off Wallace. Jump hook. Good. Strong power move. Wallace again complaining that Gooden is just pounding on him, and he's not getting any calls.
That shot.
That's 14 points and 13 rebounds for Gooden. McGrady almost with a breakout steal. Here's Hamilton, the 3-ball. Brady checks the open floor. Magic up 4. Gets it back. He'll go 3-balling. Yes.
Just unbelievable play by Tracy McGrady.
Wallace attacks. McGrady, the transition 3 is good, and Tracy McGrady, 26. In the regular season, he had not yet been traded by Memphis to Orlando.
Well, after the trade, he led the Magic in rebounding 10 times.
Atkins on the floor for Detroit. Hamilton trying to get in behind. Whitney does. And from the left baseline, makes this a 76-69 game.
Nice use of his size. Hamilton along the baseline that time over the top of Chris Whitney.
Garrity on the high screen. Knocked away. Turn it over. Here comes Atkins. Transition 3 against the clock. Good. Good. They'll check the replay immediately. So replay will be from where we sat. It looked good, but let's take that second look as Detroit closes out with an 8-2 run, if that's good. Bennett Salvatore, the lead official, taking a look at it. You can see Atkins eyeing the clock. Here he comes, up and firing. It's good, folks. Ball was in the air. No doubt about it. Count it.
What's with all these bank shots? And this shot is huge because you're now going into the fourth quarter. You get the ball back to start the fourth. Get a chance to close that gap even more.
As Berry drops it in now to Williamson. McGrady quickly to double team. Atkins again. Yes!
Well, if you're going to advance in the playoffs, you need a hero. And right now, Chunky Atkins has come through big time. Back-to-back threes.
You also need a superstar. He's got the ball right now. McGrady goes to work, flashes past Berry, and one, put him on the free throw line. Just when the opponent has closed to within one, the number uno, the big man, has to move center stage, and McGrady did just
had that help defense there to meet him. Look at Whitney setting that screen on Corliss Williamson.
McGrady up, firing again, and the three is good. Gives him 32.
Hey, Brent, that's unreal. I mean, I've seen a lot of players throughout the course of my career, rather it be at the YMCA or in the NBA, and Tracy McGrady is easily one of the best I've ever seen.
Timeout, Auburn Hills. Appeared to be down.
That was a long three.
Robinson picks up McGrady. McGrady flashes, goes left hand, gets the roll. Switches hands on the drive, and it's 86-75. Tracy McGrady boosting the Orlando lead as he goes on a 10-0 run, and a big hug from the rookie Gooden. The Nets, the Kings, and Dallas hold serve at home in the openers this weekend. Phillips on the drive.
That's a nice dribble higher, and he switched out on a big man. He's able to shake him up on his way to the bucket.
His second field goal of the game, 2 of 12. McGrady, 12 in a row. Up firing, that's 38 for T-Mac.
How do you...
Gooden wants it over on the right side. He couldn't get it. Now McGrady. Armstrong firing, knocks it down from the perimeter. It's 90-79. Coming down to the... Phillips tries to break it down on the penetration. Robinson is covered by a smaller man. He'll back him down, go cross court. Hamilton. It's a 7-point game at 4:27, and the Doc's got to talk about it.
Yeah, Rip Hamilton had...
Both teams with timeouts. Here's Gooden working on Wallace on the inside, and Wallace defending him that time.
That was physical playoff basketball.
Williamson rolls in, and it's a 5.
Excellent defensive stand by Ben Wallace in the paint. In a one-on-one situation with Drew Gooden.
Phillips trying to take McGrady. McGrady switches in as Phillips is in pain. Perhaps took an elbow or an arm and backed off of him. And McGrady now with 40 points, 14 this quarter. The third 40-point scorer of the weekend. Phillips up firing at the other end. There, it's 92-87. Lead is 5 now.
This back and forth play is unbelievable.
7 with Armstrong.
Teams are trading, and come back and get the ball.
Exactly what he's got. 5, not looking at the shot clock. Got to come up firing, forces it. A rookie mistake. Didn't swing the ball quickly to the outside with the shot clock coming down.
He couldn't get that ball back to Tracy McGrady.
Phillips. Cut off, back now to Williamson. He backs in, power move. Not there, and then Gooden at the other end. Rebounds, but the foul against Orlando.
It's going to be on Garachek. And that's unfortunate for the Magic because that's how strong he is.
Now what this does, of course, keeps the clock stopped. Gives Detroit a chance to cut into this lead inside of 2 minutes. If you're Orlando, you want the ball in McGrady's hands now as much as possible. You want him to bring it up. You want him to take the shot. 94-91. The hockey game, I understand, has just started. Obviously, we will be picking that. McGrady short on that shot off the iron. Phillips runs it down.
And you got to be careful here when that ball comes off the rim and the Pistons come down with it. It's not a
Phillips back on the free throw line. Makes this a 2-point game. 102.
Detroit manages to pull this game out. They're going to have to feel awfully good about themselves. Phillips hasn't had a good shooting day. Barry, for that matter. Really, they haven't played their best basketball by any means.
But they've stayed alive at that free throw line. 39 of 46 now. 39 of 46. They're on a 14-4 run. They have cut a 12-point lead down to 1 again. Clock. Full court pressure on Orlando. Now it's McGrady, and Robinson is taking him all the way down the stretch. They jump him with Hamilton, but it's going to be Cliff Robinson's man. McGrady blows to the baseline, and Robinson stays with him, and the foul is going to be called. Cliff did not agree with that call.
He's on the floor. If he's shaken up or not, that's the question, or if he's just frustrated. Here's the penetration. Trying to make something happen. Looks like he gets ball first. A little bit of body and ball. Ball could go either way.
41 points. And McGrady's 8 of 9 at the free throw line.
We put the Clerk in there coming in now, and Jacques Vaughn. Both these guys are hawks on the defensive end. High energy guys coming in. It's going to make it extremely difficult for the Pistons to get another good shot off.
It's a 3-point game, and McGrady now with 42 points.
I want Chauncey Billups to take this three if he has the opportunity. This guy's been the money man, just like you said, Brent, all year long.
Robinson go low now to Williamson. With 35 seconds, Gooden banging on him. Williamson goes for the 2. Battle for the rebound, and Gooden coming up with it, draws the jump ball, I believe, as Wallace stuck right with him. .27 seconds, 96-93. Phillips is the man. Can't get the roll, and it goes over to Orlando with 16 seconds to go.
Wow, nice concentration by Chauncey Billups, just unable to get that shot to fall. Much like his driver, got a three-point play earlier in this half.
It was off the Clerk's shoulder, so the ball should have gone to Detroit. Right here. Now watch. The ball is off the Clerk's shoulder.
No question.
And Juracek is fouled immediately with 14 seconds to go. So he'll be coming up to the free throw line, attempting to make this a 2-possession game.
Get it back.
So the young man from Croatia, an NBA rookie, but very experienced, makes this a 2 ESPN 2. Then we'll switch back to ESPN a little bit later. Calmly, Juracek knocks down both free throws. Pistons with their last timeout, trailing now by 5 and 15 seconds to go here. Team on his shoulders after it became a 1-point lead earlier, scored 10 consecutive points at 3.5 minutes. That's the difference. Phillips is picked up by Juracek. He will attack and foul on the free throw line.
I was just going to say, you have to go quickly here. Even 5-sec fouling in this situation, it's much the same way that Drew Gooden fouled on the opposite end. And you send their guys.
Phillips just could never get his floor game. Has helped keep them alive at the free throw line. The pushing foul is called. 9 personal record. Penny Hardaway, I believe, who has scored the 42, and not Shaquille O'Neal. And Penny Hardaway on the winning Phoenix team, you tend to overlook him when you think about the Suns right now, and Stephon Marbury and Sean Marion in that gang. Pretty underrated basketball team out west. And now McGrady with a personal high of 43 points.
And 43 or maybe 43 tough points.
Orlando gets back to miss, and they'll just run out the remaining seconds. And the Orlando Magic has taken the home court advantage away from the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference. Detroit loses it 99-94 is the final. So Ben Wallace and the Pistons now must regroup and come back hard in game 2. We send you to Jack Edwards.